Hello, hello, hello. Well, some of you might know me as Mr. Russell Rands. Some of you know me as Mr. Rands. I have recently published a book and I realised how hard it is to get the message out there. So I've decided to start my own channel, getting down with the YouTubers, I guess. And I am about to share with you my, my big box of books. Big box of books. Big box of books. Of course, in this box I have a copy of my own story, available on Amazon. But I decided that there are so many stories that are really, really good, not just mine, that I would like to share with you in this festive season.
'Tis the season to be reading, fa la 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 la.
So, each week I am going to read to you a story, maybe one you have suggested, or maybe one I have found through talking to other authors. I have some exciting stories coming up, including Man in Red and Binks the Jinx. And of course, before Christmas, at some point, I will be reading Loved, Cuddled and Tickled Too.
My own story, available on Amazon.
But today, as a little shout out to my old students, I'm going to be reading Dog Did It. Oh, excuse me while I move my big box. The first page of my story, of this story, Dog Did It. It's not my story. It's written by Lynn Garner and Mike Brownlow. Not Brown High, Brownlow. I hope you like this story. Boris loved to eat green worm porridge. It was just so nice. Boris loved to eat it, even though green worm porridge upset his belly. You can see his belly grumbling and groaning. One day, Boris had lots of huge helpings of green worm porridge. Later, on the way to the bus stop, he felt his belly grumble and growl. It growled and rumbled. It rumbled and grumbled. Boris held his belly. "Oh no," he said quietly. But it was too late. "What a pong! Who did that trouser trumpet?" asked an old troll, wiping her nose. "Oh, how rude! Who trotted?" asked her friend. Boris pretended it wasn't him. "Mummy, someone was naughty and did a tutor," said a little troll who was covered in mud. Everyone looked at Boris, and Boris looked around. Boris looked at Dog, and Dog looked at Boris. "Sorry, Dog," said Boris quietly, so only Dog could hear. Then Boris pointed at Dog, and Dog looked sad. "Dog did it," said Boris. When Boris was walking through the town, he felt his belly gurgle and babble. It babbled and curdled. It curdled and gurgled. Boris looked around as he held his belly. "Oh no," said Boris to himself, but he couldn't stop it. "Who did that smelly blumph?" asked a troll, picking his nose. "It's putting me right off my food." "Oh, what a whiffy blurt! Who did that?" asked his sister. Boris pretended it wasn't him. "That is an awful pong. Who just blurped?" asked a troll, burying his nose in his armpit. Everyone looked at Boris, and Boris looked around. Boris looked at Dog, and Dog looked at Boris. "Sorry, Dog," said Boris quietly, so only Dog could hear. Then Boris pointed at Dog, and Dog looked sad. "Dog did it," said Boris. Boris went to the park to feed the ducks. Dog ate most of the bread when Boris wasn't looking. It was just so nice, even though it did upset his belly. Dog felt his belly gurgle and bubble. It bubbled and burbled. It burbled and gurgled. Who did that flappy woof? Asked the troll, scrunching up his nose. That's awful. Who did that flutterblast? Asked a big troll. Boris looked around because he knew it wasn't him. That's horrid. Who did that flabbergaster? Asked a small troll, burying her nose in a crunchy bug sandwich. Everyone looked at Boris, and Boris looked for Dog. But Dog had run away. Everyone pointed at Boris. You did it, they said. But Dog really did do it, Boris said crossly as he walked off. And that's not all Dog did. Okay, well, thank you for listening to that story, and I hope that you will like and subscribe and tune in again for a different story. Please leave comments below. Yes, leave comments below if there are any stories that you would like me to read or share so that they hopefully get a bit more popular. The end. Right.